Welcome everybody to look at a brand new 4K Steelbook release, and it is 1975's Jaws. So, directed by Steven Spielberg, who I've seen at least 21 other films from. Favourites being the likes of the first three Indiana Jones films, Jurassic Park, E.T. the Extraterrestrial, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and Saving Private Ryan. So this is a thriller, clocking in at 124 minutes long. Had a budget of $9 million, but across all of its re-releases, it made $477.9 million. But even amongst its initial run, it became the highest grossing film ever at that point, eventually being dethroned by Star Wars. And yeah, stars the likes of Roy Schneider, who was in The French Connection, Sorcerer, all that jazz. 2010, the year we make contact, Blue Thunder, and Last Embrace, all of which I really enjoy, as well as Robert Shaw, who is in From Russia with Love. The Taking of Pelham 123, which is another 4K release we've talked about recently, as well as Robin and Marion. Also stars Richard Dreyfuss, who was also in Close Encounters of the Third Kind, as well as What About Bob and James and the Giant Peach. You also got Lorraine Gary, who was in the two sequels to this film, the second one and the fourth one, The Revenge, which is quite comfortably not just one of the worst sequels ever made, but also one of the worst films ever made. And then you also got Murray Hamilton, who was also in Jaws 2, as well as Anatomy of a Murder, Seconds, and The Boston Strangler. So when the seaside community of Amity finds itself under attack by a dangerous great white shark, the town's chief of police, a young marine biologist, and a grizzled hunter embark on a desperate quest to destroy the beast before it strikes again. So, yeah, the score, cinematography, acting, especially from the three lead cast, the setting, and action scenes are all superb. Thanks to the pacing, plot, and script, all managing to be balanced perfectly, which is down to the solid direction from Spielberg. This is a highly engaging effort throughout. The second fatal attack scene by the shark is also emotionally heart-wrenching, while also being superbly executed. The tension ratcheting up before that attack is so well done. Then you add on to that the cinematography and the performances. It's just one of the best scenes in the film. The supporting cast is also good, and the production is convincing throughout, especially when it comes to the shark itself. Which, yeah, obviously we all know the story that it was a absolute hellish thing to try and get working, and that is part of what makes up this film. In fact, in terms of the release, as we do have the film on 4K, which has had a 4K release already in the past. I'm not sure when. Um, could have been some time ago, but I know it's had a 4K release in the past, so I'm not sure if this is an updated version or not. But regardless, we do also get the documentary Jaws at 50, the definitive inside story, while we also get the film and bonus features on Blu-ray as well. So the documentary itself is directed by Laurent Bozaro, clocks in at 88 minutes long. So it's the authorized documentary celebrating the film that redefined Hollywood 50 years after its premiere, featuring rare archival footage and interviews with acclaimed Hollywood directors alongside Steven Spielberg, top shark scientists and conservationists. The film uncovers the behind-the-scenes chaos and how the film launched the summer blockbuster, inspired a new wave of filmmakers, and paved the way for shark conservation that continues today. So it's a highly engaging documentary that is both honest and informative, because not only do we get a lot of facts and testimonies about the making of the film, how the film went down, and such, but we also have Spielberg himself being really honest about the pressures that he was under, the mental health drain that it basically had on him doing the film and even afterwards. So yeah, it's really honest in that regard. There is also plenty of interesting archival footage, aspects of the film coming to be that I didn't know about. For instance, there was a documentary in the early 70s. It slipped my mind now, but that basically inspired the book that that Jaws was based on, and then obviously Jaws was based on the book itself. So if it wasn't for that documentary, we might well not have had this film. It is also well paced, solidly produced, and gets together a varied array of people to interview. So yeah, like Emily Blunt, I think, is in it, and then you got what's his name, guy who directed Nope and Us. I completely slipped my mind. Jordan Peele, that's it. So yeah, really good documentary. Give that 4.5 out of 5. But the film itself, 5 out of 5 comfortably. There really isn't anything wrong with this film at all. everything is as perfect as it could have been, especially given the pressures that Spielberg was under and such and such. But arguably, the fact that the shark, nicknamed Bruce, broke down and such, lent a lot of elements to this film that worked. You know, a lot of these kind of films that involve an animal attacking people overdo it in terms of showing the actual animal, whereas because of the shark not working as a a prop, they really had to hold back on using it as much as possible because it just wasn't reliable enough to be used all of the time. So yeah, that arguably really made the film all the better, quite frankly. And then you use other elements to sell the fact that, well, not sell the fact, but also ramp up the tension, ramp up the fear factor as well by using cinematography and the score to really aid that. And that's emphasized by the first attack scene, which is so well done. And then that second attack scene is just so heart wrenching as well. So yeah, excellent film. You can certainly see why this spawned off so many imitators, you know, of other kind of animal attack films. Um, Prophecy, I think it is. I think it's called. I can't remember now. That wild bear mutant thing that John Frankenheimer did in the late 70s is one that comes to mind. That's probably the best of the bunch, to be honest. But yeah, this is a film that has been unrivaled, and I love the new artwork that we got going on as well, which obviously has the original artwork in the middle there, and then you have the characters and Amity Island on the bottom right there. So yeah, really, really well done, and yeah, looks great in the 4K, sounds great as well. The documentary is a really good one as well. That is also available on Disney Plus if you don't want to buy this just to get the documentary. So if you have that streaming service, you can watch it on there. I highly recommend watching the documentary. And yeah, if you somehow haven't seen this film, then yeah, get on and see it if you haven't already. And in terms of the extra bonus features that are on the Blu-ray, we also have the making of Jaws, the shark is still working, the impact and legacy of Jaws, Jaws the Restoration, deleted scenes and outtakes from the set, and the original theatrical trailer as well. So maybe the making of Jaws isn't quite necessary alongside the documentary, but I'm sure there's other elements in there that wasn't in the documentary as well. So, but basically, any additional extras to get more info on this film is only a bonus, quite frankly. So, yeah, but nonetheless, thank you for watching. If you have seen this film before, let's hear your thoughts on it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.